think we're live. There's a couple people in here already. Chat is not loading for me for some reason, so I don't know if anyone is typing in there because it doesn't want to show me. Oh, great. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to load up chat on my phone. If you guys are here, thank you. There we go. There's people saying hi. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Let me try... Oh boy, how about chat? Is that gonna work? Oh my god. Okay, well, that's not ideal, but that's fine, I guess. I don't know why it's not loading for me. But, whoops. Alright, well. Can I adjust it in OBS? Not really. Alright, well, that's fine. Just don't pay attention to my tab bar and how many tabs I have open. It's not important. Hello, hello, good evening everyone. I know it's a little early, so we're just gonna give people a couple minutes to join because I set it as 7:30. I wasn't sure when I was gonna actually be able to pop on, so. Hello, Magical Fairy. Hello, Emily Grover. Sylvia. Emily and Maureen, thank you. I really appreciate it. That's... Shut up, phone. I'm doing alright. I'm going a little stir crazy in my house, but I have things to do and schoolwork to work on. But who cares about school when I can do, you know, more fun streaming instead? So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I have an exam that I have to get done this weekend, which is gonna be great. Hello, Serafina. Hi, Mackenzie. Hi, Lefu. Panic at the Everywhere. Luxurious Lexi. Hello, everyone. You're not late. Meiko? Sorry if I mispronounced that. You're not late. You're actually early, technically, by when I set this, so you're good. Yeah, I know this is a little late for some people, especially if you're over in Europe. It's like super late for you guys, and I'm sorry. Y'all should go to bed. This stream will be up. Like, it's not, I'm not gonna delete it. If anything, I have been unlisting my streams, but that's mostly because I don't really like them being in my list of videos when I look at my channel. So I unlist them and I put them in a playlist called Dragon Saphira Live Streams. It's on my channel. If you just go to like the little playlists, you should find it, as well as playlists for my other stories as well. So all the streams stay up. This one will probably get copyrighted because I'm going to be singing. So... Oh well, that's fine. I probably won't stay on too long because my voice is kind of not great today, but we'll do a little bit. We'll do a little bit. Maureen, you should be doing your homework. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. Yes, Billy is a good student. Got their work done on time. As long as it's not due tomorrow, it's fine. But you better get it done before it's due. Alright. How's everyone else doing? How's this quarantine period treating everyone? I know it's not fun being just, you know, stuck at home. Like, you can walk outside and, you know, whatever, but can't really go anywhere. I daydreamed about going to the mall a couple days ago. I don't like the mall. I don't like shopping for clothes. I don't really like anything at the mall. But that's how badly I really want to go outside. So that's how I'm doing. I've been drawing a lot. That's good. I have so many things that I want to draw. I really want to get designs done for for a new Ask blog that I want to start. And I would probably post them on Instagram as well. But I just have not had the ability to do that alongside homework, and homework takes precedent, unfortunately. Spend all your money on stream. You have some games now. Well, I hope it wasn't all of your money, but that's fun. I know there was like a Humble Bundle a while ago that was like selling a bunch of games for like super cheap because it was like a donation thing, and that's super cool. I didn't jump on that because I don't really play as many games anymore. I mean, I've been kind of playing Animal Crossing, but yeah. Did any of you guys watch that video that I posted? It did not get as many views as my podfix, so I'm kind of curious to see Novanet. Even turning something in, even if it's half done, that's still better than turning in nothing. You know? You might at least get partial credit. What was I saying? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the Animal Crossing video. Yeah. I don't know if it was just because it was too long, like it was an hour long, or if it was because there was someone else in it that wasn't just me, or if because it was a gaming thing and like people just want to watch my stuff for fanfic podfic stuff, which is fine. But I'm kind of curious, like, if you did watch it, did you enjoy it? If you didn't even click on it, why? If you did click on it and then clicked off, was there a specific reason why, or it just didn't hold your attention? Like, I'm not mad. I'm just curious because that's not what my channel is going to become. Like, I'm not going to transfer to being an Animal Crossing channel, but I would like to do some other gaming things, some other like things with friends, and just kind of branch out from just doing podfics if I can manage it. And this would probably be after school ends, but if I could manage it, if I ever got a schedule, it would probably be like, you know, I would have a certain day where I would upload like a podfic or, you know, a chapter or whatever, and then it's like Mondays I would upload a podfic chapter, and then Fridays or something I would post like something else I want to do. But I don't do weekly or even monthly videos at this point. You don't need to like the video if you didn't, like, I'm just, you know, I want to know if people gave it a chance, and if they didn't, why not? You know, is it the thumbnail? Like, I didn't even pay attention to the thumbnail personally. I think it's pretty cute, actually. It picked like the perfect point game for a thumbnail, but it took so long to load, so I just kind of hit upload as soon as it was done. So like but not many of my other videos have thumbnails, although my most popular video does, so maybe that is it. Didn't watch it because you don't really like gaming videos. That's fine. It was really more of like just kind of more podcast type things, like more of a podcast, because Animal Crossing isn't really super gameplay heavy. Like, it's not you know, it's not super gamer mode, but I get it. Saving any spoilers for after I get the game. That's fair. That's fair. There are a few things that are like really cute. Do you like Minecraft? Yeah. I tend to play more modded Minecraft though, because I've had the game for so long where vanilla's kind of boring to me now. And I don't think my laptop could handle playing modded Minecraft and streaming it at the same time. Me and Elle were talking about doing a Minecraft video, though, at one point. So, or maybe a stream. I don't know. We'll have to see what my internet can handle. But that might happen in the future. Have no idea why I clicked off. Well, go click back on it and figure out why you clicked back off. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to. Watched Fluffy like 100 times. I appreciate it. I really do. Fluffy is fun. What's my favorite game? I have a couple different favorite games. My favorite game series is probably Ace Attorney. I really love Ace Attorney, and I actually want to do a playthrough with a different friend at one point. I also really like Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. That's probably my favorite. It's got such a nostalgia factor for me. I've replayed it a million times. I destroyed my lower DS screen playing it, but that's okay. What are you going to sing? I'm not sure yet. First of all, I'm not going to sing until it hits at least 7:30, because a lot of people probably were set reminders for 7:30, because it's when I originally said I was going to start streaming. So y'all are early chat. But in terms of what I'll sing, probably some Disney. I got a couple musical requests, like Broadway musicals. I got a lot of Cavetown requests, which is unfortunate because I don't know any song by Cavetown. Sorry, guys. I listened to a couple and I don't think it's my thing. I don't know. I'll have to look at the post and then I'll take requests in the chat, obviously. But yeah. I haven't watched it because other things are more important. Other things are more important, yeah. The video's not going anywhere. Can you sing Lost Boy? I don't know that song, so unfortunately, no, I cannot. I've listened to all your stories so many times. Thank you, I appreciate it. I hope to get more out soon. I love Minecraft too. I want to play it on the internet or Xbox laptop, but it's on Xbox. Yeah, that's kind of sucky when it's on a console and like you can't, bring it up to you. That's kind of annoying. Cannot get enough of I Am Creativity. Yeah, that's probably my favorite fic at this point that I've posted. Like, I like all the other. I Am Creativity does have a special place in my heart right now. Roll Swap will probably beat it out though as soon as I actually finish that. But that's gonna take a while. Do you know who Troye Sivan is? I know who he is. I don't know any of his music. Yeah, no Cavetown. Sorry, Maureen. I'm not really a fan of the singer's voice, unfortunately, so I wouldn't have been able to listen to the songs enough to know them. Are you gonna do any more podfics? Yes, eventually. Right now, it's a little awkward because I'm in a house with 5 other friends. The only place I really can even record is my room, and my door is not very soundproof. So it's kind of awkward, and both of the fics I have lined up have a lot of Remus in them. Like, they're pretty centered around him. So, he's Remus, and ideally I would, record, even if I was home, I would record while other people are out of the house, but that's not a thing right now. So, yeah, I'm to the moon. I will. Request it again in like 10 minutes. I'm waiting for 7:30 to hit. We can do popcorn song tag for songs. We can put words into our chat boxes. Make up words for songs. I'm not sure what you mean, Angela, but you can have fun. Do you have a Wattpad profile? No, I don't post on Wattpad. I post on Tumblr and I post on AO3. Both of which are links that you can find in the description of all of my videos. Except maybe the streams. You probably can't find it in the streams. But everything else, you can find that. So, PSA, because this every time we touch, if you find my writing on Wattpad, please tell me, because it should not be there. Happened with the author for Every Time We Touch, someone came into the comments of that video and they were like, oh, I found this on Wattpad, and then I came here and I found it here and it was really cool. And I talked to the author and I was like, hey, do you post on Wattpad too? Because some people cross-post. And they were like, no, Wattpad. And I was like, well, someone did. And that was a whole fiasco. Thankfully, the person who posted it originally was pretty chill about taking it down. Just don't. If you want to share someone's writing, that's fantastic. You should like post a link. Like if you have a Tumblr, for example, and you want to share something from AO3, you can share it from AO3 or post a link or whatever. Just, this is a PSA. Don't repost things. Saphira's PSA. Immortals by Big Hero 6. I can try. That song's kind of out of my range a little. I can try. Do you know any songs from Percy Jackson musical? I do, but there's not really that many solos in that musical, unfortunately. And I sang what's Annabeth's song called? Whatever her song is called, I sang it in my previous singing live stream. So if you want to hear it, you can go and find it there after this video, or this stream. Are you excited for the new Sandersides video? I know it probably won't come out for a bit, but I wanted to ask, do you have any theories on it? Well, kind of meta theory, but so Thomas told us that the reason the video didn't come out sooner is because they needed to record a final scene, right? And Thomas couldn't record it on his own, like he needed help for it. And so what I thought is, alright, well, that could mean several things. Because he probably didn't need help with cameras. Because, like, the first couple episodes, he recorded on his own. Like, he can set up a camera, and if Talon or you know, whoever else helps him, if he needed that, he could just, like, set them up on, like, a Zoom call or something, because people have been doing that. So, my thought is he needed help with costumings, or props, or some kind of green screen thing, or, makeup. So, possibly, the little scaly boy is gonna be in it. That's my thought. And I'm really hoping that we get at least a hint of what the orange side is gonna be. I don't think we're gonna see him, but if we can get like a shadow, a silhouette, or even his voice, if he has something extreme for his voice, kind of similar to Remus, because the poor orange boy is gonna get shafted. If they're only doing 3 seasons of Sandersides, he's only gonna get 1 season. Poor boy is never gonna get an outfit change. I feel so bad for him. I missed things. What is your favorite song that you will sing today? I'm probably gonna sing some things from Frozen 2. Show Yourself is really good. I have an animatic idea for the Creativity Twins that I'm probably never gonna make, but it's a music video that plays in my head whenever I hear that, so that one's fun. Favorite side and or ship? Favorite side is Deceit. I've said this before. It fluctuates between Deceit and Logan, depending on the day. Ship, I can't choose. Do you know Hamilton? I do. The little scaly boy. Yeah, that's just, my my endearing nickname for him. I'm making sure to put out an announcement on my Discord server that I am live. I think people are here, but I don't know for sure. Okay. Opinions on Hamilton? It's fine. It's fun. And I really I don't usually like rap, but I enjoy Hamilton. I don't like the genre of rap because it's like, the subject material is not fun, and not always great, but I like the skill behind it. So it's really fun. Can you please sing Into the Unknown? I will try. I will try. That one gets pretty high, but I can attempt. I have a fanfic I would love for you to read. How can I submit it? If you go to the About page on my channel, there should be a link to a survey, Google's thing. You can put the information for the fic there, and then I will get around to it. I'll like contact the author and stuff. Fly Me to the Moon is good. I will pull it up in just a second. Do I know Beetlejuice the musical? I've heard some songs from it. It seems fun. I don't know if I know any of them enough to sing. I enjoy them because it's a very fun musical. But don't try not to just spam Max. I know you want that. I will get there. Do you play any instruments? No. I used to play piano, want to learn how to play guitar / ukulele, but I don't really have the ability to learn because I don't want I don't want to start self-teaching and then self-teach myself wrong, you know? There's a fan-made Deceit song, I recommend it. I'm not usually a fan of fan songs. I don't know, I can be picky. Do you think any more angst from the Core 4? Absolutely. That's all this series is angst. Whoops, not the mood. I'm gonna okay, first I'm gonna pull up just a video because I want to see if I set up OBS so that oh wait, hold on. All right, I'm gonna refocus things for a second. There we go. All right. I'm gonna play this just to go for a second. Tell me if you guys can hear it. I set up audio, but we'll see. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Alright, can you guys hear that? I paused it, but can you hear it? Favorite Sanderside's incorrect quote. I don't really look at incorrect quotes, so can't answer that, unfortunately. Do you have any tips? I want to sing on YouTube, but my mom won't approve of it. Oh my goodness, chat is going way too fast. I'm not in a position to really give you advice. I am an adult, so I mean, my mom, you know, cares, but she also, like, you know, doesn't care in a way. Like, she doesn't really care how I do, like, what I do, because, you know, I'm an adult, so honestly, I would say just, well, I don't know how old you are. Like, have a chat with your mom, ask why she doesn't want you doing that, because, you know, there is a certain amount of, like, you know, figuring out, basically just have a chat with her, ask her why, you know, because she probably has a reason why you doing it. So, okay. Let me see if I honestly might just pull up Anna Pantsu's version and then just turn it down low so you guys can hear me, because I really like the jazz cover, but I don't know. Let's check her description. She's really strict. Well, even still, just having, like, don't get mad. just having a chat and something I want to do. Like it's a creative thing that I really want to do, and figure out why. You know, is it that she doesn't want you sharing your information on, you know, a perfectly fair, you know, reason, but just kind of figure it out. There we go. She does have an instrumental. Perfect. I think. Hold on. I'm not good at this. This one's kind of old. How do I search? There's the search button. Well, that's another thing. You should really be sure that you want to put your stuff out there. Alright, Ava, ask that question again in like 3 minutes. Can answer, so we'll get there. Alright, does this have lyrics, is my question. Hold on. Yes, I do watch whoever asked that before. Because I don't even really like, I mean, I don't dislike snakes, but I don't really necessarily like snakes. But I don't know. She's fun. She's also based in the same general area. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna sing along to Anna Pantsu's version, because that version is honestly what I know. So, hope you don't mind that it's a duet. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, and adore. In other words, always be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Y'all, that's your fault for picking a lullaby for the first song I sing. Thank you all, I appreciate it. Everyone was immediately like, oh my god. Oh, Tippy's here. Hello. Hello to everyone who's joined. How many are we at now? We are at... I can't tell. Can I... Excuse me. 36. Cool. Thank you all. You're very kind. As you can tell, I'm a little bit better at, like, ballads than I am at, like, scream rock type stuff. I mean, I enjoy singing those songs, don't get me wrong, but my voice is not as good at them. I know some people suggested, like, Set It Off, which I'll set it off, but I'm not his songs are usually not ones I can hit very well, unfortunately. I can try, but alright, questions, other suggestions? I'm here for y'all at least another half an hour, probably longer. Set It Off is good. I enjoy it. It's honestly one of the bands, like one of the artists slash bands slash groups, whatever, that I've ever really like listened to all of their songs, and I like most of them. There's a couple that I'm not a super fan of, but most of them normally do that. Normally I'll listen to like a song or two from an artist and like that, and then not usually like the rest of their stuff. So join late, what's going on? Singing, basically whatever the title says. Moral of the story, my question. I'm assuming those are song names. I don't know them, unfortunately. Anything from Dear Evan Hansen? I can. What song from Dear Evan Hansen? I know Dear Evan Hansen. Never Grow Up. I don't know that one. Do you know if High Hopes is in your range? That's a Panic song, right? Panic. God, I technically should have a higher range than him, but I can try. Requiem. I can try Requiem. Good For You is an amazing song. There's multiple people who sing in that one, though. So, like, I can do the first part of it fine. I can't really do... I can try the second part of it. I don't know how good it's gonna sound, but I can try. Waving Through a Window might be easier, just because that's a single person song. There's so many song suggestions. I'll Be Good by James Young. I don't think I know that one. The thing is, I probably have heard of a lot of songs that I just, like, don't know the name of. I don't really listen to Gabby Hanna. Alright, let me try and find Waving Through a Window. Hold on. I will sing probably both Into the Unknown and I'm gonna definitely sing Show Yourself. There's no question about that. Ooh, there's one with backing vocals. Hold on. Oh my god, my freaking phone. I can get this up. Do you read any other fanfics that are different from Saner Sides? I'm willing to. There's a couple other fandoms that I'm in that I would be able to kind of look through. But I feel like a lot of the fandoms that I'm in are not what y'all are in. So I don't know how much those would actually get views, is the thing. Not that I'm doing it for views, but, like, you know, I want to make stuff that you guys want to watch. Alright. I'm probably going to end up just singing along to the regular tracks because I'm not great at karaoke. But let's pull up Waving Through a Window. Waving Through a Window. What's your favorite Sanders side ship? I can't answer that. I don't have one. I can sing Steven Universe stuff too. I've learned to slam on the brakes before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I leave with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share, no, I got nothing to say. So step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than a friend? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wave around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Can anybody waving back at me? Ooh, he's a little low for me. We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong, but every sun doesn't rise. And no wrong. Step out of the sun, but keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Is anybody waving when you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around? Do you ever really crash or even make a sound when you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around? Do you ever really crash or even make a sound when you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around? Do you ever really crash or even make a sound when you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around? Will you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Did I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving? Oh boy. He is really low. I did not realize how low that song goes. Jesus. Yeah, I saw y'all saying it was glitching. I'm sorry about that. I don't really think there's anything I can do. It's probably my internet, honestly. I can try other friends. Spinell's voice is interesting, but I can try. Okay, actually, hold on. Spinell, I'm gonna need to project a little. So give me just a second. I'm gonna actually move some things and while I'm singing her. Let's stand over here. Sorry for mic noises. It's gonna be moving a little. Okay. Alright. Whoa. What just happened? Okay. Are you still doing the Sandersides reading competition? Yeah, I am working on it. I got hit pretty hard with school. So, I have a, ew, there's a ladybug on the ground. Hold on. We'll get around to it. Fact is, school comes first. Unfortunately. Okay. That's done with. Alright. Can y'all hear me when I'm standing right here? Yeah. I don't even think it was a ladybug. It was like one of those like mock ladybugs. They're like, cause they're not like full red. Alright. Ask me about fandoms after I sing this, because I'm probably going to be out of breath. So I will answer that in a bit. Alright. How much lead up is there in this video? If it loads. There we go. Well. Look at the menagerie. You must be Amethyst. You must be Garnet. And Pink Diamond's Pearl. Well, she took you with her. Isn't that swell? But it can be. And it is. I've got a new style and a few new toys that are going to put an end to your happily ever after once and for all. Yeah, I've heard. I've heard your little message to the universe on loop. I just love that part. Where Pink dies on this nowhere planet with a bunch of nobodies. That's right, I heard this story over and over again. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. That's right, I heard this story, don't really like how it ends. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. What did she say about me? What did she say? What did you do without me? What did you do? Did you play games without me? What did you play? Did you think all this time that I wouldn't find out about you? Oh, that's right, I heard this story over and over again. Gee, it's so hard to finally meet her other friends. Who am I? Who am I? What are you even saying? I'm the loser of the game you didn't know you were playing. Let's play another game. This time I get to win. Life on the line, winner takes all. Ready or not, let's begin. Oh, that's right, I heard this story over and over again. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. That's right, I heard the story, don't really like how it ends. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. I see everyone saying Remus. It does sound like you're not wrong. It sounds exactly like my Remus voice, because that's basically what it is. I mean, there's a animatic of Remus with that song. It's the male cover as well. So I would definitely check that out. It looks like this. Actually, all three of these are really good. Search that. If you want a storyline with Remus being Spinel, there you are. This one is closest with Spinel. This one was Deceit singing it. But this one's still good. I still enjoy it. Okay. Let's ask some questions, because woof. That one took some breath. Someone asked some other fandoms that I'm in. I mean, Miraculous, I would say. Even though freaking trash. Ace Attorney. Hetalia. There's other series that I really like, but I don't know if I'd say I'm in the fandom for it, if that makes sense. I like Steven Universe. I don't really read any fic for. I wrote one once a couple years ago. How old am I? 21. Do we have Discord? I do. You can find the link to my Discord server in my in the description of my videos. I'm not singing Forbidden Fruit. Sorry. 1, I don't know it, and 2, my family's downstairs. So no. I draw the line there. If you could go to one place in the world, where would you go? Greece. I'd really love to visit like the old temples and old buildings and stuff. Percy Jackson was one of my biggest fandoms, like biggest things that I read as a kid, and I really enjoyed it, and it really sparked a love for like just Greek mythology in general. Really, like I want to get into like Egyptian and Norse mythology as well. Please don't start singing along in my chat, guys. That makes it really hard to read. The angst, like graphic content. Well, like angst is fine, but like there's a difference between angst and like, you know, graphically describing how someone gets stabbed. You know what I mean? Like I'm fine with heavy, like yeah. I mean, if there's warnings on something, like I'll read them, and I won't read it if it hits something that I don't like. So you don't have to worry about that. Like, if I don't like a fic, I will nope out of it. No problem. Do you like M&Ms? Not really. I don't really like chocolate in general. So, yeah. I don't really like chocolate in general. That's alright. Just, yeah. It happens, pretty often whenever I do singing stuff, and it's hard to read when people are, like, trying to get my attention. Forbidden Fruit is a bop. Sure it is. I don't know. I have this block on listening to any of Thomas's songs, honestly. The only one I know is The Things We Used to Share. And I don't know why that song particular I can listen to, but I can't listen to any songs. It's weird. I don't know why. Can you sing You Broke My Heart Again by Taquai? I don't know that song, so no. Unfortunately not. Gasp, you don't like chocolate? Yeah, I don't know. I've never really craved it, like, ever. Like, I'll have, like, a Hershey Kiss or something if it's given to me, but, like, yeah. What's your favorite candy? I don't know if I have a specific one, but I like chewy gummy candies. Like Starburst. Starburst has, like, these, like, what's it called? Like Gusher-esque candy, and they're really good. I enjoy those. What's your favorite book? You're gonna have to narrow it down. I'm not sure I can answer that question. I have a lot of favorite books. I have a lot. Do you know Be More Chill? A few songs. It's not my favorite musical. Can you sing Welcome to Wonderland? I don't know it, so no. Can you sing I'm Still Standing? I can sing the cover from Sing, the movie, the animated movie. Sure. Give me a bit, though. I'm still recovering. Can you sing the rap battle between Logan and Roman? As in, do you know the words? No. I skip it every single time I hit that episode. So... Harry Potter. Harry Potter's fine. It's not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. Mean Girls. I do know the Mean Girls musical. I can try. Do you know the song According to You? I don't think so. What's your favorite musical? Oh god. Favorite like classic musical is probably like Les Mis. Les Mis is really good. It's a classic. A musical that probably none of you have ever heard of is called The Fantastics. I have like this whole Sandersides AU for it, and it's like it's such an old school musical. Like it's really old in comparison, but I love it. And you know, it's not great in terms of subject matter either, but it just, my school did it, and have you seen the Percy Jackson movies? We don't talk about them. We don't talk about those. I've seen the first one. I don't think I saw the second one because the first one disappointed me so badly. As movies, they're fine. If they're supposed to be adaptations of the book, then they're crap. So, do you know Drift Away? I do. I will sing it in like 2 minutes. Can you sing We Own the Night from... Masu is blocking my way a little bit. What does that say? Zombies 2. No. I don't know it. Favorite color? Purple. The Fantastics. Yes, it's good. I mean, it's not good, but like, it's fun. Have you read Fablehavens? I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of that series before. Excuse me. One of the newer book series that I've read, it's by an author, what's his name? I think it's Neil Shusterman? I don't know. He wrote the Unwind series, which is one of my favorites, and also he wrote a new book series, which is the Scythe series, and I really enjoy that one. It's good. Yeah. Have you heard of The Lightning Thief? Like, the book? Yes. I've read it. I thought that would be obvious, considering that I have a Percy Jackson AU on my channel. Yes, I have read all of the first and second series of Percy Jackson, and then I kind of stopped because I just didn't have time to read anymore. But I have more. Yeah. Ventus looks over to my bookshelf where I have literally all of them. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I've reread it several times. I also have the Brother Band series and a couple, and the newer series with the girl. Can't remember her name. It's been a while, but I want to read them again. Citra and Rowan, yes, they're good. I thought the ending to the Toll was really, really good for them. Bad for Rowan, but yes, they're both really cute. Apples or Oreos? Is that even a question? Like, they're both good. I don't know. It depends on what I'm craving. I don't super like Oreos. Like, they're good, but like, they're not necessarily my first choice because they're a little too bitter. You know, they're not like super sweet in the cookie, but they're good. What's your favorite Sandersides fanfic? I don't know if I can answer that question. I have a lot. Is it cheating to say my own? My Roll Swap AU is really good, guys. I promise. You haven't seen it yet, but it's good. Meant the Lightning Thief musical. Oh, okay. I've heard it. I've not actually seen it like on stage or anything, but I've listened to the soundtrack. Someone asked opinion on Marvel movies. I don't really have one. They're fine. They're not my thing. Superhero movies in general aren't really my thing. So, guys, what did I say about singing songs in the chat? yeah, the Percy that's just a dead topic. We know that they suck. Have you watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail? I haven't, much to my dad's chagrin, because he loves that. He loves that series. These are cookies. Chocolate chip cookies are way better, mostly because brownies chocolate, and like I said, not a big fan of chocolate. Do you have a favorite John Flanagan book? Book 9, Halt's Peril. That's probably my favorite one. Purdue Anxiety? Depends on the story. I like them both. I don't ask that in this chat though, because literally 90% of the people in the fandom on YouTube like Anxiety. Did you ever get into Avatar: The Last Airbender? Yeah, I've seen it. It's been a while. I don't know if I ever saw like every single episode, because when I watched it, it was like on TV when I was a kid, right? So they never really, but I've seen enough of it. I enjoy it. Yeah, Avatar's good. I love it. It's one of those series that's just like a masterpiece, really. Muffins or cupcakes? Probably cupcakes. Although, I mean, I just don't really have muffins all that often. So, yeah. Alright. I'm recovered if you guys want to request some other songs. Which one do you like better? Selfish Protector, I'm Creativity? See, it's an answer because Selfish Protector isn't technically finished. Like, it could stop where I left it, kind of. But probably I Am Creativity, even though both of them are kind of soured a little bit, just by the fact that, like, you know, people continuously ask, like, you know, will you for both of them, actually? And it kind of sours it, because no. At least not for I'm Creativity. Selfish Protector will finish whenever the next video comes out. And that's up to Thomas. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Did you know there are memes on Pinterest? Like Sandersides memes? Because, yeah, I would believe that. Dragon Prince? I want to watch it. I haven't checked it out yet, but I want to watch it. Can you sing Ready as I'll Ever Be by from Tangled the series? I can try. That one has multiple people singing, but I can try it. Duality by Set It Off. Duality, it's not that I won't sing Set It Off, it's that Duality specifically is like really kind of intense. If you have a different, like, more quiet Set It Off song, then I'm down to sing it. But yeah. Yeah, Anna had a single, like, for Ready as I'll Ever Be, but I knew someone was gonna ask this. No, I have not seen Carol and Tuesday yet. I pulled up Netflix to watch it, and then I had to do other things, unfortunately. I need to find time where I don't have anything else to do because it's subbed, so I can't do anything else while I'm watching it, you know? I know, I'm gonna watch this Dragon Prince eventually. I don't have the energy to get into something new. I literally fell into a fandom that I haven't been in like 4 years. I'm so desperate for familiarity. So, there's that. I don't know Nico Collins. Someone asked that on the post, the community post, and I don't know it, unfortunately. Oh boy. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. What was I looking up? Someone asked for Drift Away, like, a while ago. I fell into Hitalia again. I just can't escape. It's not possible. I fell into it in like middle school, and then I never really left, unfortunately. So, yeah. How'd you find out about Thomas? I knew him from Vine. Like, I never had Vine, but I, like, you know, people would post compilations and stuff. And then once he started posting on YouTube, I followed him there. So, I've been following the series since the start. Alright, I'm gonna let that load a bit. Do you have any pets? No, I want a dog. As soon as I move out and have, like, an apartment of my own, dog. Alright, I don't quite remember where this comes in, so. Ooh. This might be a little low for me, but we'll try. Here, garden, let's play a game. I'll show you how it's done. Here in the garden, stand very still. This'll be so much fun. And then she smiled, that's what I'm after. A smile in her eyes, the sound of her laughter. Happy to listen, happy to slay, happily watching her drift away. Happily waiting, all on my own, endless sky. How many seconds standing alone? Thousands of years go by. And then I'm watching night after night. Is this how it works? Am I doing it right? Happy to listen, happy to play, happily watching her drift away. Keeps on turning ages. People who don't care, people who don't care about me. Still it takes a ages. See that no one's there, see that no one's there, see that no one's there. Without you. I don't remember the lyrics very well. Knew something. Finally news about how the story ends. Doesn't exist now, surrounded by her son, and all of her brand new friends. Isn't that lovely? And isn't that cool? And isn't it cruel? And aren't I a fool? Have you been happy to play? Happily watching her drift, drift, drift away. Oof. Okay. People are talking about dogs. Yeah, I want to get like a bigger dog, like a pit bull or something. I think pitties are really cute. Someone said something. Can you sing Recipe for Me? I don't know it. I haven't actually to it. Like I said, I don't know why, but I really can't listen to Thomas sing. Like, he's a gorgeous singer, but I just can't, and I don't know why. It's just really, really, I don't know why. Confession, I have watched 0 Star Wars movies. Same. So, we're in agreement there. I've seen, like, clips. Actually, that's a lie. I went to go see the two new movies, with a friend, because she was in love with Daisy Ridley. So, we went to see them. Did you watch the Steven Universe movie? Do you have a favorite song from it or one you really like? I didn't actually ever watch the movie, but I've seen so many clips from it that I pretty much have seen it. But in terms of favorite song, I mean, Other Friends is super fun. Spinel in general is just really fun. I don't know if there's a song in there that I dislike, though. So. What was another one that people were suggesting? Someone suggested, hold on. Let me go to my Set It Off playlist and see what I actually have the range to do right now. Steven Universe is good, but it's definitely not for everyone. I would definitely say that the Steven Universe Future really did really well. Like, it covered a lot of topics that are really good. Oh my god, there's so many versions of it. I don't know if I know too well, so I might only sing part of it. But I might just sing like the first verse. Oh my god. 59 million views. Wow. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Who shall I say? Would it be a sin? Oh, if I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, some things are meant to be. Take my hand, my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. All you guys are requesting like these indie artists that I have never even heard of. So like Joey Graceffa, I've heard of him. I don't think I've ever heard any of his songs. Mando Pony, never heard of that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really unlikely that I'm gonna know someone if it's like an individual artist. I'm gonna be real with y'all. No matter what is a duet. I would need someone else to sing it with me, unfortunately. It's Over, Isn't It? Was one that I saw. Oh, if y'all, okay, by the way, if you haven't ever listened to It's Over, Isn't It in Italian, you should. Because it's good. It's like almost better than the original English. It's just gorgeous. What are songs or artists you enjoy? Disney and musicals. Really listen to a lot of like artists. I think this has a bit of a lead up, so that's fine. Have you heard any of Taylor Swift's old country music? I have. I think I've jammed to them in the past, but I don't really know if I know the lyrics too well. I was fine with the men who would come in life now and again. I was fine, 'cause I knew that they didn't really matter until you. I was fine when you came, and we fought like it was all some silly game over her, who she'd choose. After all those years, I never thought I'd lose. It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? You won, and she chose you, and she loved you, and she's gone. It's over, isn't it? Why can't I move on? War and glory, reinvention, fusion, freedom, her attention, out in daylight, my potential, bold, precise, experimental. Who am I now in this world without her? Petty and dull, with the nerve to doubt her. What does it matter? It's already done. Now I've got to be there for her son. It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? You won, and she chose you, and she loved you, and she's gone. It's over, isn't it? Why can't I move on? It's over, isn't it? Why can't I move on? I keep seeing you saying, "Don't You Worry, Child" or "Lovely." I don't... If those are Set It Off songs, I'm not sure if those are on my playlist, unfortunately. Maybe they are. But I don't think so. See Deceit singing it? I don't know. I mean, what would he be singing about? Songs that fit Deceit better. But, I mean, you can imagine whatever you want to. I can try Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. That one's kind of rocky, but it is it is, so I can try. Slimy Boy should sing this one. Or I actually had the idea of like a animatic where it's actually Virgil singing about it, and then Deceit sings the final chorus bridge. And it's kind of unsympathetic light sides, but not really. They're just protective of Thomas. I mean, she was singing as well. I wasn't doing karaoke, so she was in there. Let's try this. This is about you. Beware, beware, be skeptical. The smiles of plated gold. Deceit so natural. But a wolf in sheep's clothing is more than a warning. Baba, black sheep, have you any soul? No, sir, by the way, what the hell are morals? Whew. Just a little whore, alibis are dirty tricks. So could you tell me how you're sleeping easy, how you're only thinking of yourself? Show me how you justify telling all your lies like second nature. Listen, mark my words, one day you will pay, you will pay. Karma's gonna come collect your... So sorry. Oh, where you stalk your prey with criminal mentality. You sink your teeth into the people you depend on, infecting everyone, you're quite the problem. Fee-fi-fo-fum, you better run and hide. I smell the blood of a petty little coward. Jack be lethal, Jack be slick. Joe will leave you lonely, dying in a filthy ditch. So could you tell me how you're sleeping easy, how you're only thinking of yourself? Telling all your lies like second nature. Listen, mark my words, way. You will pay, you will pay. Karma's gonna come collect your debt. This is the part I imagine Patton singing to the Dark Sides. Make amends and start anew again. Maybe you'll see all the wrong. And this is Virgil singing to the Dark Sides, specifically Deceit, but it's frowned upon in all 50 states. Having said that, burn. I can't do that. And then this bridge part here is Deceit singing. Sleeping easy, how you only thinking of yourself. Show me how you justify telling all your lies like second nature. Listen, mark my words, one day you'll pay, you will pay. Karma's gonna come collect your debt. The stuff I'm talking about is, no, it's not an actual animatic, it's just in my head. There is an animatic with Virgil singing to this, like, he sings the entire song to Deceit. And maybe Remus? I can't remember when the animatic was made. But, oh goodness. What I'm talking about is my... For It's Over, Isn't It? Deceit would be singing how Roman stole Virgil away from him if Dee and Virgil were in a relationship with Virgil before he left the Dark Sides. I mean, that's a fine interpretation. I don't always like the interpretation of, like, the light side stealing Virgil away. Like, that kind of makes it seem like Virgil doesn't have any agency. So I like the idea that, like, Virgil and Deceit kind of grew apart. Like, they were really close as kids, and then they just kind of grew apart. And then Deceit said, okay, like, as Dark Sides, like, we want to, you know, get in with the light sides. We want, you know, them to, like, you know, acknowledge us, basically. And so, right, we need someone who's, like, you know, who's not gonna scare them right off the bat. And we need one person to, like, go and, like, kind of almost infiltrate in a way. And then, you know, like, the advocate for the rest of them. And Virgil ended up being the person to do that because the other three sides just, like, the light sides didn't trust them at all. But Virgil had the ability to kind of appear, you know, on his own. When that happened, Virgil kind of got in, you know, with the light sides, and he started, you know, feeling like he was manipulating them. Just about, you know, who, like, fully who he was and, like, why he was doing what he was doing. And so he kind of, like, had a falling out with Deceit. So that's my headcanon of how, because I never liked the idea that, like, they just got in one fight and then it was done, because that's not really how super close friendships fall apart. And so I think it's way more painful. It was a slow process, and then, you know, it just kind of faded over time. My R's a little high for my range, unfortunately, and my voice is starting to strain, and I still want to sing from Frozen 2, so yeah. I'm gonna sing Show Yourself, because that's a little better in terms of range. Into the Unknown is insane. It's great, but it's insane. I like that headcanon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a super fan of a lot of like the and fandom interpretations. Just because I feel like they can be a little bit bare. But I mean, you know, that's not to say they're bad. I just, you know, they're not my cup of tea. Okay. We're gonna try this. I don't know how it's gonna work. Yeah, Into the Unknown hurts. I've done it, but it has to be a good day for my voice, because otherwise, I should have done this before, like at the beginning. But oh well. And this is another song that I have a animatic idea of. This, it would be Roman singing basically the whole song. And basically in this kind of universe of the animatic, Remus was like never a full side. He was more like a shadow of Roman. And so he was kind of like stuck in this castle where he could only see the shadows. But Roman finds it and like kind of wanders in, and eventually he kind of like breaks down the barrier essentially between them, and then they fuse into, and then yay. I need to draw a design for creativity, because there's, in my mind, between creativity, the side, and like King, the human AU version that I use for certain AUs. So, anyways, I'm rambling. This is a sing-along version. I hope it's good. If it'll load. Oh, it starts way back. Okay. Every inch of me is, but not from the cold. Something is familiar, like a dream I can reach, but not quite hold. I can you there, like a friend I've always known. I'm arriving, and it feels like I am home. I have always been a fortress, cold secrets deep inside. You have secrets too, but you don't have to hide. Show yourself, I'm new. Show yourself, it's your turn. Are you the one I've been looking for all of my life? Show yourself, I'm ready to learn. I've never felt so certain. All my life I've been torn, but I'm here for a reason. It be the reason I was born. I have always been so different. Normal rules did not apply. Is this the day? Are you the way? I finally find out why. Show yourself, I'm no longer trembling. Here I am, I've come so far. You are the answer I've waited for all of my life. Oh, show yourself, let me see who you are. Come to me now, open your door. Don't make me wait one moment more. Come This is the part where he breaks down the barrier. And they kind of like meet in the center. Come, my darling, homeward bound. I am found. Show yourself. Step into your power. Roll yourself into you are the one you've been waiting for all of my life. Oh, show yourself. I can't sing that last bit. Maybe if I was like full on belting, but I can't. Oh god. Show yourself isn't much better. Let's be real. Alright. Alright, maybe I need to be a little more specific. Please don't excessively quote videos or songs or anything in my chat, please. It just clogs everything. Thank you. If you guys want to do that, like, you're free to, like, go and, like, PM each other and do that, because I get it can be really fun, but it's, yeah. I think I'm going to be done with singing for a bit, probably for this stream. I'll stay on for, if you guys have questions and stuff. Hurt a little, so. Do you know Liability by Horde? Is that the one that is... Is that this one? In which case I know it from this. Okay. Anyways, that's a good animatic you should go watch. Okay, questions. Ow, my ear. Alright, do you think Patton was the first side? So the way I kind of always imagine it is that Patton, Morality and Logic, and Virgil are the oldest of the sides, because when you think about, like, a little kid, like, emotions and, like, learning, curiosity, and fear are kind of the three main, like, things that children have. And then creativity and lying and, you know, other stuff like that kind of comes as they grow a little bit older. Like, you can't really learn lying until you have a basic grasp of language. And creativity kind of only as you start building fine motor skills. But, yeah, so I always imagine that morality, logic, and anxiety / fear, to start off with, were the first sides. And they're older marginally. They all kind of popped into existence at the same time. So they're like, those three are the oldest, and I guess you could think of them as triplets in a way, even though they're not, like, they don't consider themselves siblings or anything like that. Do you know Clario? No, I don't think so. Do you like baking? Yeah, I like eating the things I bake. So yeah, I don't know if I so much enjoy the process of baking. I don't hate it, but, like, I like being able to eat the things more. Can you describe Otto again? Last time on Animal Crossing we weren't able to hear you because of the characters chatting. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that audio. If I ever do videos, I'll make sure to test that a little bit better. It was such a struggle to even get that set up in the first place, to, like, record any game audio. So I guess I overcompensated. Yeah, he wears a black leather jacket, like kind of like a bomber-esque jacket with like a large orange stripe running across the chest and one smaller orange stripe running just below that, and then orange stripes running down each of his sleeves. He wears like hipster glasses that are orange, and he has like black pants and like hiker boots. Another episode to the Demigod series on your channel. That series is dependent on my Ask blog, which is listed in the description of that video. Interaction on that blog. So right now, I guess I would say it's on hold because I've really had no reason to write anything for it. Do you think Virgil was originally paranoia? Short answer, no. I do not. Because it does not make sense to me that Virgil would have gone from being paranoia to just plain old anxiety. That it doesn't make sense to me as a side of Thomas. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, in paranoia, I can accept that, you know, like if he becomes a dark side again and changes his name to paranoia, like it's a little edgy for me, but sure, I can accept that. But no, I do not think that Virgil was originally paranoia. I think paranoid is a word that Logan and the others to some use to keep him in check while he was considered a dark side, similar to how they use figuratively and falsehood for deceit. But unsympathetic Patton, I think it gets overblown a lot. I have no doubt that he is not unsympathetic in canon. Like, he's not abusive or anything like that. Like, he's trying his best, as they all are. If people want to do things with the character in, like, their fanfic, go for it. I can't tell you what to do or not to do. But just be aware that it is not, like, you are straying from canon when you do that. You know, and there's a way to stray from canon and still make the character in character, but a lot of people go a little too far, in my opinion. Do you have any other hobbies like drawing or something like that? I sew. I'm actually currently working on a skirt, but and it's a really big skirt, so I've been putting it off. I want to draw more at the point where, like, I suck and I know I suck, and it's called conscious incompetence, right? And I need to move past, like, in order to move past that stage of learning any skill, you need to practice, but I just haven't. It's like, I know how to like how I need to practice and what I want to do. I just, time and energy are hard to come by. What's your favorite cookie besides chocolate chip? I don't know if I have one. Chocolate chip's pretty good. I don't really eat many other cookies, honestly. Do you think Remy and the cartoon characters are considered sides? No, they're not. It's not what I think. They are not. If you use them in, like, a then go right ahead. I mean, I do that too, as, like, extended cast, but Thomas and Joan have said that they are not sides and they never will be, so point blank, they are not sides. Do I want a crossover where the sides meet Remy and or Emile? Absolutely I do. Do I think that will happen? We'll see. Sorry, there was another bug. Okay, do you think Thomas will ever post another Sanders Says video? Yes, it will come eventually. We'll be patient. We'll be good little children and we'll be patient. He might own a pet snake with 2 heads. I mean, sure. I personally don't really ever give the sides pets. And I know a lot of, you know, my room headcanon for Deceit is way different than, like, everyone else's. So, I don't ever really give him pets. But, I mean, if you want him to have a 2-headed snake, then, do you cosplay? Yes, I do. I don't have many pictures of it, though, unfortunately, because I'm really bad about taking pictures. But I've cosplayed from Soul Eater, I've cosplayed a couple Hetalia characters, I've cosplayed Freed from Fairy Tail, from Ace Attorney. Some other people I can't remember. But yes, I cosplay. Do you think words had meaning like heartbreak for Patton or liar, liar, pants on fire for deceit? I mean, I think it's a funny concept. I think anything can have power if Thomas believes it will have power over them. So, you know, I think Thomas is overall the strongest character in the series. Like, he can make the sides do almost whatever he wants, in a sense. And obviously he, you know, so he's not going to do that, but he can if he wants to. So, you know, if he wants to set Deceit's pants on fire, I'm sure he could. Can you sleep with the closet door open? I mean, yeah, mine's open right now. My closet is like a sliding closet though. So, yeah. Do you have any other? I have an Instagram that I created for this. I also have a Tumblr. Neither of which I post all that often. Yeah. They're there. They're in the description of my videos, as well as I think the about section on my channel, if you want to check those out. I would give Virgil a black cat. Yeah, he would probably like that. Although, if Patton is allergic to... No, he's allergic to dogs. Is he allergic to cats too? I don't remember. I don't watch this series that much. I'm too busy writing. Do you think the sides can fuse or refuse? I mean, I don't really that idea. Side fusions are probably the one AU that I'm never really gonna get into. Like, I like it when other people make it, but it's never been something that I really think about. I do like the joke that Logan and Patton is like Picanni is a Logan and Patton fusion, because in personality he is. But I don't think, like, I never play with that idea in canon. Although I have seen some cool fusion side designs. So, what's your headcanon for Deceit? Like, just in general, or his room, or his name? What? I don't know what the question is. My headcanon is that Virgil started hanging out with the other sides and eventually just abandoned the dark sides, because I'm still figuring that out. Now Remus is depressed and Deceit is sad. See, a lot of people go that angle, but what about them being angry? Like, I don't know. For me, like, if you know, because I think that Deceit and Virgil were, like, really close. I don't think that Virgil was close with the other two, with, you know, Remus and whoever the orange side is. But I think he was really close with Deceit. So, I don't know, if my, you know, best friend abandoned me to hang out with other people, I'd be mad. Especially since I think that the dark sides have to stay, is, like, it, like, kind of corrupts them. Like, not full-on corrupts, but, like, it's not a very pleasant place to be. It's cold, it's dark, and it just, there's no food, and it just makes them cranky. And so, they're just, yeah. I don't usually go, I mean, sad, yes, but, like, I usually go for anger first, because between sadness and anger is usually what surfaces more, in, like, real life. So, yeah. Do pineapples belong on pizza? In my opinion, nothing belongs on pizza but cheese and sauce. So, yeah. What are you currently working on? I'm currently working on my role swap AU, where all of the sides suddenly wake up one day and they have a different job. I currently have... So there's going to be 9 chapters total, like 7, 1 for each of the sides, and then a prologue and an epilogue. I have the prologue and then 3 chapters in, and I'm working on the 4th right now. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. It's a big project. Right now it is... have I surpassed Fluffy Warrior's word count? I might have. It's close. But it's going to surpass Fluffy Warrior's word count by, like, at least double. It's probably once I'm done. Samantha, I did describe Otto. Black bomber jacket with orange stripes and black pants and like kind of grayish black boots. Are you a shipper? Have you seen my channel? Fluffyworry should answer that question for you. I ship everything I wrote for Fluffyworry. So, yeah. Deceit's backstory. I mean, I kind of already explained it. Like, I imagine it is that when logic, morality, and fear kind of popped into existence, fear was obviously kind of outcasted from the other two because, you know, nobody really likes feeling fear, especially as a kid. So fear was kind of pushed away, and he kind of ended up in this like darker area of the mind where he was like, all right, they're not going to bother me here, so I'm going to just set up shop right here. And he put his room door like right on the edge of where the darkness was so that he could kind of still go back and forth even though he wasn't really welcome. But then a couple years later, he's walking around the dark and suddenly runs into this kid who has bright yellow eyes, and not Virgil yet, he's still Fear at that point. And Fear is like, oh crap, there's another side here. And so Deceit's room much further in the dark. Like Virgil, Fear was created in the light and pushed to the dark. Deceit was created in the dark. Born, in a sense. And he's actually the only dark side in my mind that has been like that, because both Remus and Otto / Valentine grew up in the light and then came over to the dark side when Thomas was like in like middle school-ish age. So yeah, Deceit is like a special exception in that point. Partially has to do with his scale. Imagine that his scales appear whenever Thomas tells like a full-on lie, and so they kind of just like spread out from over, and then they spread down his arm, down his chest, etc. Do you think in the next Sandersides video the orange side will be revealed? I don't think he'll be fully revealed, because like you're saying, like we just kind of found out about Remus and Deceit not even that long ago, although I mean more than a year ago technically, but like, you know, in the series, if you're like binging, not that long ago. I think though it is possible that we might get a glimpse, like exactly if, you know, if the video that is coming out soon is a Patton versus Roman, and they like talk out their differences, figure out everything, and they kind of, you know, kind of just talk things out because they both have been having issues. I think it could be very interesting, especially if Deceit doesn't get an apology at all, because Deceit deserves an apology just as much as Roman deserves an apology from Patton. Let's be real. So I think it could be really interesting if, you know, the video ends, Thomas does his little outro, or like even just a full-size clip afterwards, is like in the dim living room, and Deceit and Remus are standing there, and we get to see them interact, and then we hear a voice from the other side of the room. So Deceit would be standing where Patton is, usually does, and Remus would be standing where he kind of banting, and then we hear a voice from where Logan usually stands, and we either see just like a silhouette, like a darkened shadow, or we just see like a split of orange or something, and like then cut end. I personally would die, but for sure I know that the next video is not going to introduce orange fully. Like it's not going to be an orange-centric episode the way that Remus's was, because we need to resolve the current arc before we can introduce orange. Like, unless orange is gonna specifically help us with this current arc, we need we need Roman and Patton to figure out their differences first. Is it confirmed it's gonna be? We know for sure that those two are gonna be in it. We don't know if it's just them, and Thomas obviously. My guess is Deceit will be in it a little bit, maybe at the end after they figure out their stuff, but I don't know. Is that Roman and Patton are going to be in it, and they're going to be discussing things. So yeah. Do you like whipped cream? Not really. What do you think Deceit's name is, and do you think being in the opposite house for the sides hurts them or affects them? Well, Deceit's name is go for Ernest, E-R-N-E-S-T, because it's just really an ironic name, and I think it's really funny. that he would be named, like he would name himself after being, you know, truth honest. And I think it could be a really interesting, like, you know, because their names are an indication that they're more than just their... Deceit's name being something like meaning truthful could be really interesting to show that he's not just lies. You know, he has Thomas's ability to lie, but I think he is also Thomas's ability to tell lies. Like other people telling lies to Thomas. You know, he's that filter. So I think his name being Ernest or something similar, interesting. Plus, it's an Oscar Wilde reference, which, you know, plays, and it would be fun. And it's a pun, so yeah. I don't think we're gonna learn Deceit's name for a while, to be honest. He needs to trust them, unless it gets blurted out by Virgil, but he needs to trust them, and he doesn't right now, and he has no reason to, so I don't blame him for not telling his name. How old do you think character Thomas was when the creativity split? I think the split happened very early on, like kindergarten. Like splitting into Remus and Roman from creativity, because they, in my headcanon, before they don't have names then. They just have their titles, right? Logic, morality, fear, whatever. But it's only after creativity splits that they start deciding, like, to choose names for themselves. So yeah, the split happened when Thomas was very young, and it was actually creativity's decision. Like, he knew morality didn't really approve of him, and he knew, like, other outside, you know, like his preacher and like his church and whatever told him, you know, like, bad thoughts are bad. Like, it's a Christianity Catholic thing, and it sucks. But yeah, so split happened when he was very young, but Remus didn't go to the dark side until middle school. Will you make another video similar to when we touched with Patton? If there's one written, I didn't write that fic, so it's kind of up to, you know, if someone suggests a fic or recommends a fic to me that has a similar premise, like Touch Starvation or something. Like, I'm not against it. That fic was really fun, but I can't do anything about that. I didn't write it. His name is Ethan Wilson. I don't like the name Ethan. I just really don't, and I don't think it fits him very well. Like, can you imagine him being called Ethan? Like, I'm sorry, but like, I know that's a very popular name, but I just can't see it. You know, like, Virgil is an out there name, but it fits the character very well. And as far as we know, we do pretty much know this. They gave their names to themselves, right? Like, Thomas didn't give them to him because he doesn't know them. So I cannot imagine Deceit giving himself a name like Ethan. That's the thing. I don't know if he would have given himself Ernest, but I just think it... I can't see Ethan. I really can't. Deceit's too much of a drama queen, and Ethan's such a plain name. I just don't think there's any way that he would give himself that name. You know? Like, he would give himself a theater name, or, yeah, like Octavian is dramatic enough for him, or something, or like, you know, maybe his name will go with Virgil's and it will be Dante. I don't like that name for him, but I can understand where it would come from, you know, from a character standpoint, and that makes sense to me. I just don't like Dante because I knew a guy named Dante, and it's weird associations. It's a nice name otherwise. Do you think that Patton is going to show more angst, or... I'm not sure I understand your question, Ava. Do you think that Patton is going to show more angst or background if it's like a Patton and Roman? I mean, I think the next episode's gonna be pretty angsty. Like, I think, you know, Patton and Roman have a lot to talk about, and they need to talk about it. So, yeah. Do you think Deceit's name could be Sullivan because there's some evidence and ends in Anne? I don't think we can go with the ends in Anne anymore, because Virgil's doesn't end in Anne. And if we're going with the dark sides don't have names that end in Anne, then Deceit wouldn't. What's the evidence behind Sullivan? I know there's evidence behind Horace, because that's a name from To Kill a Mockingbird. And the whole court scene kind of mimicked certain scenes in To Kill a Mockingbird, apparently. I never read the book, so I wouldn't know, but I saw a post on it on Tumblr. I know there's evidence for that, but I haven't seen Sullivan before. I like to think that Deceit doesn't have a name because he never had a reason to give himself one, and Virgil came up with his name while living with the light sides. Okay, I like that. I definitely like that, because it does make sense, like, Deceit, giving himself a name. I guess the question is, when did the names come into play? Like, have the sides always had names, or did they give themselves the names later, kind of similar to my headcanon, where, like, Roman and Remus gave themselves their name first, and then it came with them? And I don't know if we're ever going to get a canon answer for that, but, it would be really interesting to know that, because that would kind of help in figuring out, like, what their names are. But him not having a name would be pretty angsty. So, I also like the idea that he never, like, his whole name reveal is, like, completely pointless, because he doesn't actually tell them, like, he just tells them a lie, like, some random name. He, like, takes off his hat and picks out a name. I like that too. That'd be very in character for him. But see, I always imagine that, like, he can't be fully 100% honest with anyone unless Thomas specifically asks him to be. Hence why he couldn't reveal himself until Thomas allowed him to, and I think the same goes for pretty much any nugget of information. So if Thomas asked directly, like, hey, what's your name? Or, hey, show me the other dark sides that you're hiding from me, he would have to do it. But because Thomas doesn't trust him and doesn't think to ask him that, he doesn't have to. He can just dance around it, and the other side's asking doesn't mean anything to him. Because like I said, Thomas is the most powerful. He can make, that's part of the rules, at least in my mind. But yeah. Ethel, see, that's a woman's name for me. Like, all I can think when I hear Ethel is the lady in Footloose. So, yeah, I've also seen Eden, and I understand where that comes from, kind of like, but there was a girl named Eden in my class, and that's all I can imagine when I hear that name. So, I also don't think that Deceit is going to have a biblical name. Or, like, because he doesn't have as many biblical implications. Like, Remus is just full of it, like, with the way he talks and stuff. Deceit has more of, like, a film noir type aesthetic, Or, like, almost Jekyll and Hyde, even though that kind of fits the twins better. Ernie, yeah, Remus calls him that in my world. Ernest doesn't like it, but he, you can't stop Remus. But if Otto called him that, then he would get punched, probably. Or, just, like, attacked somehow. We're gonna learn Deceit's, name until he trusts the other sides. Or until we get an alone time with him and Thomas, and that's it. Because I think if he and Thomas had a little bit of bonding time, he might feel comfortable telling him. But we'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of headcanon names that I understand where they came from, but I also can't see them from a meta perspective. How do you think Patton and Roman will react if they're in the video talking? Will Roman get defensive and Patton might take all the blame? God, from what we saw from the trailer, they both look pretty upset, and I think, I don't know, Patton probably is gonna try that, but I hope he gets called out on that, because fact is, it is both nobody's fault and everybody's fault. Because, you know, it's a lack of communication that has caused this overall, you know, and you know, thinking that, you know, Roman thinking he had to do things to be, you know, do certain things to be the perfect prince and whatever, even though it went against who he was. I also had a theory that I posted on Tumblr a while back where that when the sides go into any room, it affects them, and that includes their own room. So it basically, I'm just going to use one side as an example. So Roman, right? When Roman is just out and about, either talking to Thomas or just kind of like wandering around in Thomas's mind, he's constantly kind of absorbing from the others. And this goes for all the sides, by the way. It's easier to use one side as an example. So Roman, you know, he talks to Patton, and then he kind of like absorbs certain things from Patton, kind of mirrors. He talks to Logan, mirrors Logan, that kind of thing. You know, he talks to different sides and mirrors different sides. And I think that if he were to go back to his own room, it would kind of like clear all that out. He would, you know, become fully creativity again. Like, he wouldn't be this amalgamation of different, like, feelings and stuff. He would just be fully creativity. And I think because the room that everyone was in was Morality's room, including Morality, right? So Patton was in his room, and now everything that, with all of this, you know, bad guy stuff, has happened after they left Morality's room. So I think, like, Patton going to his room, you know, not only like the conflict in that episode, but it also kind of caused the conflict in these new episodes because his room kind of washed away all of the other kind of effects that the other sides have had on him just by being in close proximity. And so he's purely Moran. And that's why he's so insistent that Thomas has to be a good person now, because he's still kind of affected by his own room. So yeah, you know, to your question, Ava, do you think Patton is kind of unstable but tries to hide? I think he is almost a little too stable at this point. And he really needs to figure out like how to rebalance things. What do you think if Thomas started on anxiety meds? Do you think it would affect Virgil negatively? I've seen fics like that. But as far as I understand it, I haven't been on anxiety meds specifically, but as far as I understand it, anxiety meds doesn't make your anxiety go away. It just makes it chill. And Virgil isn't just Thomas's anxiety. We learned that. You know, he's Thomas's fear response incomplete. So I think it would probably just make Virgil chill out a little. Maybe make him a little high. Who knows? But I don't think it would like hurt him or anything. Is it possible to see more ship fics like Fluffy? Written by me, not for a while. If you have something to suggest, there's a survey in the About section of my YouTube, like About section, and you can request fics there in mind. If I do more ship stuff, I'm definitely going to try and balance it, because a lot of y'all only really ever recommend like the big 3 ships, and I got nothing wrong with those, but it gets a little boring. Like Prinxiety, Logicality, and Demas, or Duke Seed, or whatever you want to call it, like they're fine, they're fun, I enjoy the dynamics, but like also there's more ships in the sea than just those 3. Yawn. Any other questions? I enjoy talking about it. I mean, I know I'm different from the fandom at large, which is fine. What are some of Otto's nicknames? Otto doesn't really have any nicknames. Like, he doesn't get called anything, and he doesn't really call anyone anything else. He probably, like, makes fun of Roman a lot, kind of similar to the way Remus nags at him, because Otto, it's a defense mechanism for him, because when he left the light sides, you know, and then tried to come back, he was very much like, felt like he was abandoned, and so he kind of developed kind of a hatred of all three. And so since he knew Roman the best when he was a kid, he kind of targets Roman most. Do you think that Logan is extremely protective of Patton? Not more protective than he is of any other. Logan is, I mean, he's not exactly like, self-preservation the way Deceit and Virgil in a sense are. But he's definitely, you know, he tries to be common sense. I don't know how much he actually is, but he tries to be. But I mean, I don't think he's more protective of Patton than anyone else. I don't really know if I would consider him protective at all, honestly. You know, he cares, but he's, if anyone, he's protective of Thomas. All right, hold on. I'm gonna get a drink. Post your questions while I get a drink. Receipt as this. Yeah, there were like 4 different names for that ship because it came out so fast that we couldn't decide on anything. I had people call me out when I posted the original prompt list. They're like, it's not Duke seat, it's Receipt or whatever. I'm like, y'all, there's like 4 different names for the ship. Let me live. Use the one that looked the best with the other Deceit ships. Calm down. Do you think Logan prefers Virgil or Patton's company over anyone else? I feel like he finds them both tiring in different ways. You know, Patton is tiring because Logan constantly has to like try and keep up with him in terms of emotions. But at the same time, you know, Virgil is also kind of like that in different ways, like different emotions, and it can be a struggle. So I think you know, with any of them, I think they all have to be in different moods to spend time with different people. Because, you know, if Logan, you know, wants to have someone really high energy around, then he's going to go to Patton or Roman. Or, you know, Remus, if we are counting all of the sides. But, you know, if he wants someone quieter, he's probably going to try and seek out, like, Virgil or Deceit's company, because they're, you know, a little more chilled out, and they're a little bit more, like, yeah. What do you think of a side called Beauty? I created her, and she's not only beauty, but also vanity, self-care, self-appreciation, etc. Like, a side of Thomas, or, like, a side of yourself? Because I don't think that Thomas would have any female sides or sides that use she, her pronouns. Just because, you know, it's been stated in the series that they all use he, him. So, but like, if it's your side, I need to design my sides. All I know is that my negativity is a bitch. And I hate her. She's one of yours. Okay. I mean, you know, if that's a big side of your personality, like if that's something that you really, really focus on, is like, you know, your image and everything that comes along with that, then yeah, I'd say that fits. Do you think that Patton can tell when the other sides are feeling like at the moment? See, a lot of people give the sides like different feelings. Like Virgil can tell if the others are feeling like panicky, or I don't know if it's so much like that you're feeling bad or whatever, like an aura or anything like that. I think it's more just like, Patton is very into body language really well when it comes to things like that. And he can tell when someone's stressed or feeling down or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like a sixth sense or anything like that. I feel like I really do that with the sides is with deceit, but I usually make it so that deceit can only tell a lie if it is a pure like lie of omission, or not omission, like lies of omission. He can't like I imagine like he can detect lies in terms of like his eye twitches, his snake eye twitches, but he can only tell if it's like a pure lie. If someone says, I'm wearing a blue shirt and it's black or something, like he can tell. I mean, obviously that would be pretty obvious, but like, if he was turned around or something. But he also can kind of tell like, intonation and stuff, and he's just good at detecting lies in general, like understanding when people are lying and avoid time, If Patton has touch starvation, what would Logan have? I mean, I think they all have touch starvation. Let's be real. Yeah, they all have some form of touch starvation. Like the Patton, but from the series, we can kind of tell that they don't really spend a lot of time like hanging out outside of videos and stuff. So they're probably all pretty lonely when it comes to that. Let's be real. Who is a stronger side without Thomas out of all of them? I mean, I think in terms of how much control they have over Thomas's like decision making, I think Patton is probably the strongest, because Thomas's sense of morality is really, really strong, and it kind of wins out over everything else, which is not always a good thing. But yeah, I think Patton's definitely the strongest, and Virgil's also pretty strong because of his whole Tempest tongue thing. He can make Thomas do things, but I kind of think that only happens in like super high stress situations, fight or flight reflex. So yeah, I would say Patton is the strongest out of all of them. Do you think Patton is ever sad but just doesn't show it? Yeah. Have you seen the series? Yes. He has said it. Didn't he say it in like his song or something, that he like pretends that he's not or whatever? Do you think that Logan would give Virgil counseling? In one of your full theories, I think you did that, but in canon, if they were together or not, like in Logic versus Anxiety with Cognitive Distortions. I mean, I think, Logan would definitely help him through if he was having like an attack or something. In terms of like actually having like weekly therapy sessions, no, because that's not a dynamic that's good. Don't have a relationship with your therapist, and don't make your boyfriend your therapist. That's not a good thing. Every once in a while help, but sure, that's, a partner will be there for you, but I don't think that that's healthy to rely on your partner solely. If in a Human AU Virgil like really needed help, like he should go see an actual therapist, and not just rely on his partner, whoever it is, whether it's Logan or someone else. Would Emil give Virgil counseling since he's an actual therapist? I mean, I am down for that crossover. If Virgil, if we got like to see a short video, like a crossover, non-canon, maybe on April Fool's, that could be fun, for Thomas to post that, where Virgil goes to see Emil like for therapy. That could be fun, but not if they're dating. That's not a good dynamic. Do you think there are minor sides to the big sides, like Patton could have sadness and etc.? I mean, I think it's canon that they are more than just their titles. Like, Patton is morality, but he's also a lot of Thomas's emotions, right? So, you know, that is canon. Like, you know, and Roman is creativity technically, but he also has a lot of Thomas's like ego and, you know, self-esteem issues. I don't know if they're like titles that they have or anything like that. I think it's more of, if anything, like, so when it comes to Greek gods, you know, you have like Ares and Athena and Hermes and whoever else, but you also have epithets. So Pallas Athena, Phoebus Apollo, like, you know, the title in front of them kind of give a new meaning, or like it tells the you know, capacity that they're being worshipped in. I think the sides would be something similar. You know, if anything, it would give them an epithet, but not like make them a new side or anything like that. When do you think the new Sanders side's coming out? I mean, you're gonna have to ask Thomas for that. I don't know, has he posted on his Twitter recently? I know they got the scene that they needed, and so they're in the editing phase now, but I don't know if, like, you know, there's a lot of green screen action going on in the clip, because I assume that they were still editing like the other parts while they were waiting for this new part. But yeah, I have no idea. Oh my god, the Deceit marionette puppet. Hell yeah. I'm just scrolling through Thomas's thing. I don't really see anything on Twitter. He's doing another Reasons to Smile. Yeah. I don't know when the next video is coming out. Hopefully soon. Because I don't know how much longer I can wait. Yeah. He said 3 days ago they managed to get the bit of production done that was holding things up. Which happened to be on April 13th, which is kind of funny. So hopefully not too much editing and they can get it done soon, because I'm dying for content a little. Do you think there was a fight or a big disruption that caused the Dark to be wary of each other? I mean, no. I think it's just, you know, more of the unknown in terms of the light towards the dark. Because everyone, like, a lot of the fandom is just like, oh, they had a huge fight and blah, blah, blah. And just, you gotta remember that this happened in Thomas's. They're more likely, you know, to be gradual as he's growing up. You know, effects aren't going to be immediate. That would kind of almost imply that he went through a traumatic experience. And, you know, I don't know Thomas's life, so he could have. But from the indications that we get of character Thomas from the series, we don't really get that implication. So, no, I don't think that. I think it was more of a gradual distrust. What do you think the side's reaction would be if someone else randomly appeared in Thomas's brain? Like if some some strange telepathy situation where instead of talking, someone's side teleported. Well, I mean, I think they'd be pretty shook. We don't really know in this universe if like other people have sides. It's kind of assumed that people don't, because Joan, you know, is like, I hope you didn't do that thing where you sit in the middle of your room and talk to yourself for 20 minutes. So, you know, that line kind of implies that other people don't have sides. But, I mean, to answer your question, I think they'd be pretty shocked. What's your theory on why Patton was screaming? Could be him messing with us. I don't think he's messing with us. I think, you know, he's frustrated. It could be a frustrated scream. Because, you know, or maybe it's like, you know, he wants to, you know, he wants to be a good, you know, person to the other sides, and he wants to help and stuff, and he learns that he hasn't been helping with his actions, and that's, I mean, he's gonna not be very happy with himself about that. So I think it's more of a frustrated Scream than anything. But yeah, what happened to the April 13th thing, like when the wedding and the callback and everything happen in the storyline of Sandersides, it was never a release date of the episode. Their original plan had been to get us the episode before April even hit at all, and then, you know, the world turned upside down, and that didn't happen. But yeah, the new episode is going to be happening in the timeline on April 13th, 2019, technically. What do you think is coming first? Reason to Smile, the new Sandersides? I'm hoping that they're going to work really hard on the new Sandersides to get that out first. That's my reason to smile. I don't really think I watched the other Reasons to Smile video, but I'm Sandersides is my reason to smile. So and plus they're already behind, and I mean, obviously I don't blame them. Like, the world is just a mess. So, you know, but I think, you know, if it was me, I would want to finish up an old project rather than starting a new one. You know, and it's possible some of the editors are working on the Reasons to Smile video. You know, some of the editing can only be done by one person because it's like a special effect or something. I have no idea. But, god damn it, I'm hoping Sandersides comes first. Yes or no to my 4 words, Phantom the Opera. I mean, it's fine. I'm not a super fan. I saw it on Broadway. It was good. Don't get me wrong. Like, well acted, but not my favorite storyline. Yeah. Say a new side formed. Do you think the sides would argue about who had more claim or who had the right or something along those lines? I mean, not really. I think, if anything, it would be up to the, just up to the side itself. You know, like, if the new side, it popped into, and I think, it I don't know how to use words, but I think it would have to be after a huge event, because the sides are Thomas's personality, right? So, like, something big would have to change in Thomas's personality to even form a new side in the first place, and I think it would be mostly up to Thomas and, in a sense, morality to figure out where this new side has its place. But yeah, I saw Phantom on Broadway. That was a sophomore year of high school. It's like 5 years ago, I think. I went on a trip with high school band, and we did a couple of performances other places, and then we got to see a Broadway show, and we saw Phantom. There was another choice that we could have seen, which I think I would have preferred, but I can't remember what it was, so oh well. Have you seen the Beetlejuice musical on YouTube? It's on YouTube? I haven't seen it. No. And yeah, the trailer I'm talking about was at the end of the bloopers. It's not on any other social media. It's at the end of the bloopers. The most recent bloopers with Remus in it. What is the biggest impact the Sandersides has had on you personally? I mean, writing more frequently again. Like, if nothing else, like, SVS came out, and that was when I started writing for the fandom. You know, before then I was just kind of a casual observer, but Deceit came out, I was like, oh, Snake Boy. And then SVS came out, I was like, oh, Snake Boy is really, really fun. You know, interesting character that I wanted to, you know, kind of write a series, like, I wanted to write a character study on him, so I wrote Keeper of Dreams. And then I was like, this needs a follow-up. So I wrote A Midnight Talk. And then I was like, I want to write more. And, you know, I just kept writing Selfish Protector. And yeah, so probably the biggest impact, you know, I wouldn't say it's, you know, given me any emotional impact in a sense. Like, you know, the series hasn't changed me or anything like that, because it really hasn't. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, like, I cry at Moving On, or I cry at this episode, or I cry at this scene, and I'm like, maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's because I'm so desensitized to it now because I've seen it so many times and I like know the storyline, but like but yeah, it got me writing again, and a lot actually, and I have vastly improved. You know, I've been writing for years, but it you know, got me out of a funk, which was helpful. Do you think there's a middle ground or something that neither group owns? I don't think that either group, because you have to remember that's a solely fandom term that has never been said in canon whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure that the term Darksides has only ever been uttered by Roman and Thomas. And you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not think, I mean, I know Virgil hasn't said it because he's, you know, he's others. I don't know if either Logan or Patton has said it. I'm pretty sure even if they have, if Logan has, I'm pretty sure it was in air quotes. So he's like using someone else's words, Roman's words in this case. So for there to be a middle ground, the term light sides would have to be you know, uttered in canon, and it hasn't been. And so Darksides, you know, that was a title Roman came up with because he wanted to be extra. Like, I don't know how much we can really take it seriously. So I don't know if there's a middle ground because I'm not sure it's a fair fight in the first place, I guess is my point. I think the cards are stacked against the poor who fit in. Favorite line from any side? I can't quote the series, guys. I really can't. You know, there's some people who can, and I admire that, but like, I can't even come up with anything. I don't know. Any line where Deceit is being sassy. Because he's my favorite. Snake Boy or Snake Boy with an I. Come on now. Or Snack Boy. Snacky Boy. Hell yeah. Ooh. Do you have a favorite song? Not particularly. I mean, yeah, not particularly. It really depends on my mood. You know, I have my favorite musicals that I like to listen to, and I have favorite like Disney songs that I like to listen to. But favorite song, I don't know if I can narrow it down. How often do you watch series, and what is your favorite episode? I don't rewatch very often. Like, when a new episode comes out, I will watch it to the point of usually having it memorized at the time, where I could, not memorized, but like where I could recite it with the video. And then I will just kind of go do my own thing in the fandom. Write theories and whatever. I don't think I've rewatched anything. Last time I watched any, and that was a couple months ago. Whenever I rewatched that. So yeah, I don't rewatch all that often. Partly because the early episodes make me cringe really bad. And partly because I don't know, I'm so busy with my own with my projects at this point that I kind of, you know, you would think I would need to rewatch it to kind of keep things fresh, but I guess at this point I'm kind of working from my own headcanon versions of the characters and not necessarily from canon, which isn't the greatest thing, but you know, whatever. So it's fine. Do you watch anime, and if so, what is your favorite? I actually have a my anime list that I was just working it. Favorite anime? I like Sun. It's pretty fun. Sailor Moon is probably one of the more recent animes I got into, and then Fruits Basket remake, really cute too. Although that one was weird because Toru's voice in the English dub is Maka's voice actor in the Soul Eater dub, and so that was really weird to try and get over. Yeah, there's probably others too. Violet Evergarden. I don't know, I feel like it's fitting. From what I understand from the story, it seems fitting for this current world that we are living in. But we'll see. I'll first episode after I end the stream. Favorite Disney movie? Inside Out is technically Disney, right? Is that Pixar? I think that's Pixar. Well, Disney, Pixar, favorite Inside Out. I think favorite full Disney movie? Probably Zootopia. That one's good. I really liked kind of the undertones, of it. It was kind of like, stereotyping and talking about that, but it wasn't really an specific group. Like, it could be applied to different minorities, which I really appreciated, that it wasn't like a one-to-one. Do you ever re-listen to your own series or stories? No. I barely like listening to my voice enough to edit things, so no, not really. Have you heard or seen any incorrect quotes? If so, which is your favorite? There's a couple blogs now and again. I don't really pay attention to incorrect quotes all that much, so. Do you want any of your series / stories animated or made a comic? If you did that, I would cry out of happiness. I can send you a reference of Otto. I've drawn him once before, and I can send you a reference of what he looks like. Stephanie, if you're gonna do that, you should, if you can get Discord, that's probably the best way, because Discord can support photos, and I can get you a reference of him. And if you did I Am Creativity, I could give you a reference of Creativity as well. Because I would probably die if someone did that. A couple people have, commented and just oh, can I make a gotcha of this, or can I make an animation of this? I'm like, yeah, sure. I have yet to see any, but I'm hopeful that they're coming. Animations take a lot of work, so I'll be patient. Which is your favorite fanfic or one-shot you've written? That I've written? Probably the Guardians one-shots in Fluffywary. The Guardians of Light and Shadow, and the Guardians of, Fire and Nature, I think. Because they spawned a pretty intense AU that I'm working on. If y'all follow my Instagram, I might post some drawings once I actually get around to that. Probably after I do some of my bigger exams coming up. Because I've got a month left in school, and then after that, I've got time, hopefully. I love Remus's Guardians and how they're showed. Yeah, part is that the AU it's kind of different. You could consider the Ask blog that I'm going to make, you could consider the one-shots offshoots of that AU. The AU on the Ask blog is going to be full-on canon, so it might contradict the one-shots a little, because the AU is gonna, the Ask blog is gonna start further back, basically. Yeah, the characters won't have as close of a relationship as they do. And I'll kind of, go into their actual relationship more, because it's kind of unclear in those one-shots whether they're, dating or what they are. And it was kind of intentionally vague, but, yeah. I missed something. What happened? I'm physically unable to draw. I doubt that. Unless you, physically don't have any limbs, you are capable of drawing. It may not be very good, but there's only one way to get better, with any skill. Take your own advice, Saphira. Would you ever do a collab with someone else, make a writing piece or have an interactive story? I mean, I'm not against it, but I don't know if anyone would really want to work with me as a writer. Like us both writing the same piece. If it was a writer and, I was working with an artist to make something, that'd be different, to make a comic or something, but, I can be really picky when I'm writing my stuff. So, if you want someone to nitpick, everything you write, then sure. But, and I nitpick my own writing too, don't get me wrong. Nitpick pretty much everything. But I'm a very, what's the word? I need everything in its place when I'm writing, basically. So, and I don't give up very easily, which is why I have not ever worked on a project really like that. I've RP'd before, but that's slightly different. It's a different mindset. I want to, like, it seems so fun, but I just don't know if I could, and I don't want to do that to someone else, because I can come across really, really cruel sometimes, I feel like. Stephanie, that's fine. I didn't mean, like, you had to animate. I just meant, like, some people have said, like, animate or animatic or whatever. But yeah, if you get Discord, you can join my server. And it's in the link of in the description of pretty much most of my videos. If you click on any of the stories, the link should be there. So as soon as you got an account, you can join. I'm not against the idea of collabing with you. You should join my Discord server and see the kind of concrit that I give people who ask for concrit in my server. I can be really intense. And sometimes that's what people want, and sometimes it's not. So, join at your own risk. Who's your favorite Sandersides character? Deceit or Logan. I like both. Remus is up there too. But, Deceit and Logan, I relate to them most. I've written so many one-shots, but never posted any because I will always find flaws in them. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be flaws in your writing. Like, even I will go back and look at my old writing and I'm like, oh, I made a spelling mistake there, or this could have been worded better, or I missed this detail, or why is this character doing this? Like, why are they walking out the door and then all of a sudden in the next paragraph they're standing up from the couch? Like, what? It's really one of those things where, you don't have to post your writing. Like, you don't. And anyone who tells you that you do to you, you don't. Writing can just be for yourself, and it's just, it can just be a stress reliever or something you like to do, and you write the things that you want to write with no pressure from anyone else. If you drop something, you drop something, and it's fine. If you want to, post your writing and kind of get into a mindset where that is not, like, the most terrifying thing in the world for you, it's hard. I will say that. It's very hard, and it's very hard to put yourself out there because, especially as an early writer, and even, as you continue writing, you kind of connect yourself to your work, you pour your heart and soul into it, and then, someone comes across and reads it and, like, leaves a scathing comment, and you're like, oh, my heart, someone just stabbed my chest, ow. And that's not easy, and it's not fun, and pretty much every writer has been there. What I would suggest is getting a friend or a beta reader of some kind, someone to look at your writing before you post it, if you want to post it, to kind of just be a second set of eyes. Your eyes have been staring at that piece of writing for who knows how you're writing it, and you're gonna miss things. You're gonna miss simple spelling and grammar things. Like, you're just gonna miss the fact that this sentence is, like, 4 lines long, and just having another set of eyes on it, even if they're just fixing those, it really helps, and then if you want more specific criticism, like if you want them to talk about how the story flows and stuff, tell them that. If you're asking someone for criticism, say, I want criticism on how this story flows. Then it gives the person reading a specific thing to look for. Is that character in character? Would they say that? Would they do this? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But yeah. But again, you don't have to post anything. You can just write for yourself, and you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. This is the only stream that my comments have been seen. Well, there's not that many people here. There's 15 people here right now. In larger streams, it's just really hard to get read, because things scroll by so fast. And even in this stream, I know I've missed comments because, it scrolls so fast. Do you write by hand or do you have any good writing apps or programs? I just use Google Docs. It's nice because I don't have to worry about like, you know, transferring a Word document to my tablet and to my laptop and to my phone or whatever. Like I can just have the Google Docs app on it. And even if I don't have internet, I can write. And then, you know, as soon as I get back on internet, it'll sync back up. And it's just the best in my opinion. There's also like a program that I've seen online. It's like a word fighter game. I don't remember what it's called. But it's some kind of like there's a text box and you like, there's a little guy up on front. What's it called? Fighter's Block, that's what it's called. So if you need like something to write fast, you can pick like you know, an avatar, and you can put yourself a goal here. So I want to write 10 words before the monster knocks you out. And so then you click fight and it's supposed to work. I don't know why it's not. But yeah, and then it would bring you to like, there would be like a text box here, and there's like a little thing at the top and you'd have to fight a monster with your little avatar, and it doesn't delete your words if you like don't write fast enough. Have a fun way to write, that's what I've found. Okay. But yeah, in general, I just use Google Docs to write. It's easiest. Percy Jackson or Harry Potter? Percy Jackson, all the way. The series that I ever read, so hell yeah. Which side do you think, if pushed enough, might get aggressive? I think they all would get aggressive if you pushed them far enough. I mean, you know, we've already seen Deceit get pretty mad when he wasn't being listened to. Remus, I have no doubt, would get aggressive. And Roman, as much as he might try to be different, he most definitely could get very, very angry. I think all of them. All of them definitely could get super aggressive when pushed. I think Patton would take the most pushing to get like physically aggressive, but he could get there for sure. I got Discord. You said the Discord is in the description of most of your vids. Yeah, it should just say like Discord server and then like a link. You just click the link and then you like add yourself to the server. Do you know your Hogwarts house? Hufflepuff. I took the quiz like ages ago and I don't really remember anything else about it. But yeah, Hufflepuff. And that's about right, I think. I mean, maybe partly Ravenclaw, I think, if I had to pick any other house, but I don't really think I fit that. Like, I'm smart, but that's not really my defining thing. Not that the Hogwarts houses are really defined in the first place. Like, it's brave, smart, evil, miscellaneous. So, yeah. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Sagittarius. Probably the most boring one. You know, when you hear people talking about like, oh, you're such a whatever, you know, you're such a Pisces or you're such an Aries, I never hear, oh, you're such a Sagittarius. Like, that's... and no one cares. No one cares. I think it's so funny. Like, literally, I don't think I've ever seen, you know, obviously, like, in the Zodiac posts, like, you are this. I've seen it, but I never seen a Sagittarius call out. It's very funny. Have you ever had an instance where Thomas has actually seen your work? As far as I know, no. And I don't really want him to. Because the thing is, there's a difference between a creator seeing a piece of fan art and a creator reading a piece of fanfic. Or, in my case, hearing a piece of fanfic. Because fan art is pretty innocuous when it comes to, you know, ideas, like character ideas or story ideas. You know, you might see a character in a different outfit and that might inspire things, but in that case, it's really easy to like go back and give credit because, you know, you can physically see like character was given shoulder, you know, these shoulder pad thingies in this outfit and we did that in our character design, so like credit this person. But with fanfic, it's a lot different because, you know, someone can read a fanfic and kind of absorb the idea into themselves and then later go back and like when they're writing, they will, you know, forget that they read a fic about and so they think that their idea is like you know, completely original, and so that fanfic writer gets like shafted in terms of getting credit because the person just forgot, and then it becomes a whole like IP issue, like who actually came up with the idea, like is it. And so, you know, Joan has said, and I think Thomas agrees, but I'm pretty sure Joan was the one who said it, that they don't read fanfic at all, and it's a good thing that they don't, you know. Like the fans have their space, and that's a fan space, and that's not a space that the writers of the actual show can go into until they are 110% sure that they're never going to do anything with the series ever again. Because if they ever plan on with those characters and with that series, they just, it's better for them if they don't. So if I drew fan art of a character or like a original character, you know, if I drew my own sides and like Thomas saw that, hell yeah, I'd be stoked. But I don't want him to see my things, you know. I'm fine if he sees that they exist, you know, if he's scrolling through the Sandersides tag on, or, you know, Sandersides thing on YouTube and sees my thumbnail, like, I'm fine with that, you know, that's nothing. It's basically a piece of fan art that's not even mine. But him clicking on my videos would be a different story. So, you know, a couple people have commented on like my videos and they're like, oh, Thomas should see this. I'm like, please don't send it to him. Don't bring it to his attention. Creators will find the content that they want to see. And it's just better for everyone if you don't. Yeah. Are there any other questions? This stream is getting real long. So I'm probably gonna wind it down. I can stay on for another 10 minutes or so, but if you guys are all chill, then I'll probably just end it. I appreciate you all coming around. It was really fun. It was really fun to sing for a little bit. I got real off key in those last songs, but it's fine. I wasn't super feeling it tonight, in terms of my voice. It wasn't feeling great, but, you know, I'm glad I did it. When is the next one? Don't know. Whenever I feel like it, really. I don't plan these streams super often, and if you're lucky, you'll get it, me planning it like an hour in advance and posting that, so. Alright. Good night, Ro. Good night, Mina. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna wind it down. Thank you all for coming. I really, really appreciate it. I will see you all soon. I hope to get a video up soon enough. But I can't promise anything. Recording in my house is very much a pain. So, night. Everyone, get your homework done.